Hi guys, if you follow me on social media at all, you will know that I recently went down and shot a podcast with Tim Benson. One of my aspirations for my social media, my podcast, and sort of the business advice that I give out is try to inspire people to join our industry. As most of you will know, there is a technician shortage, and there's shortages all across the industry. So even if I just manage to convince one person to join the industry and achieve what they can in this industry, then I'm going to be happy with that. Like literally all I'm trying to do is show you the positive sides of our industry and try to get you involved with that. So I went down and I spoke to Tim Benson. I said, look, what are some of the things that we could be doing to inspire apprentices to be joining our industry? He fired back with this question.
I think one of the questions that gets asked in social media is, would you encourage your children to go into this industry?
It was an easy yes for me. There was no questions about it. Yes, I would encourage my children to do that. In fact, I've got a 14-year-old who just finished 2 weeks work experience with his school in a garage up the road. So yes, it's something I would definitely do. And I'm interested, if you're a technician watching this, is this something that you would encourage your children to do? Is this something that your children have followed you in your footsteps to do? Have you followed your father or your mother into these footsteps? Tim went on then to explain how he would encourage his children also to join the industry, because when you interact with the right people on that industry, almost like every of this industry, if you interact with the right people, you can go a long way and you can find great success, great joy and great happiness. But then the conversation turned to our perception in schools.
There's still a perception within schools that if you're really clever, you go and be a lawyer or a doctor or a whatever, and if you're good with your hands, you become a technician. Well, no, sorry, you become a mechanic.
Now, I don't know about anyone else in the industry, but this actually happened to me when I was in school, that I got pulled. I picked triple science and a couple of other things, I can't remember what, but the teacher pulled me to one side and they told me that I think it was an MVQ in mechanics. I'm not 100% sure because it wasn't the full qualification, it was just like 2 years or something, I'm not 100% sure. And I think I went to the college once a week. I didn't end up doing it anyway, so I don't actually know the full ins and outs of it. But anyway, they pulled me to one side and said that, Al, maybe this is what you should do, because I'm dyslexic. If you follow my post, you'll see that my spelling is atrocious, my grammar's even worse. And if you have seen me read, you'll know that I can't actually read. But so because of that, they pulled me to one side and, Al, this is probably what's best for you, because you're not quite smart enough academically for these other subjects. And I do believe that's still happening today, but it's just not right. 9 times out of 10, I'm not just getting covered in oil and putting a sump plug back in. I'm analysing waveforms and doing volt drop tests. I'm looking at what signals are coming out of the ECU. I'm checking CAN bus sensor wiring and things like that. It's not an idiot's game. You need to be switched on in this industry, and schools really need to be taught that. If you have any ways that you think that I could reach out to schools or any other creator can reach out to these schools and improve our public perception there, then please leave a comment in the comment section and I will act upon it. Something else that he went on then to touch on, which I found was really quite interesting, is the different roles in the motor trade.
The other misconception is that, you think, well, do you want to be in the motor trade? Well, you instantly think about mechanical technician. There's so many more roles within it. Just looking at our small business, we've got 2 people in customer service front of house roles. You can operate a business like I do. There's loads of, there's valeting, there's all these different areas that people can move into. And it's, generally speaking, a very supportive industry. There's lots of collaboration, there's lots of people working together, and you don't get that in certain areas.
Now, if any of this information was any of use to you and you want to learn more, then hit me up. There's a link tree in most bios on my social medias, or you can contact me email or whatever. Just find a way of getting in contact with me and I will help you any way that I can. If you want to hear the rest of the podcast, then please head over to Spotify or watch it on YouTube. Also, the link is in my link tree.